Professor Sarah Ayang Agbor, the African Union Commissioner for Human Resources, Science and Technology, has said that the private sector, government and academia need to partner in order to aid Africa's development and bring an end to the lack of implementation of strategies that has continually plagued the continent. She made this call at a press conference to mark the beginning of the second convocation ceremony of Chrisland University at the university premises in Abeokuta, Ogun State.
Now, for me, as commissioner, when we hold our meetings, that is a specialized technical committee on education, science and technology, which is the meeting we normally go with ministers of education, science and technology, so it's at the ministerial point, decisions are taken on what education should be in these various African Union 55 member states. Aspiration 6 of the African Union Agenda 2063 speaks of Africa where development is people-driven, unleashing the potential of women and youth. And to unleash this potential is not only the sole responsibility of public universities. In fact, most of the professional courses come from private universities. And when you think of quality education, most often, because of the much money that parents spend in these private universities, they are the ones who actually bring the right kind of skills and competencies that we are expecting. So we as African Union University, we have a continental education strategy for Africa. And that continental education strategy for Africa has 12 thematic objectives or strategic objectives that speak to 12 thematic clusters. And one of it is that the quality of education depends on so many factors, including, for example, early childhood education development. That is one thematic cluster. Higher education is a thematic cluster. ICT is a thematic cluster. STEM is a thematic cluster. And if you look at the build-up of courses in Chrisland University, they speak most into STEM, because that speaks to the future of work. It is very, very important for the development and the transformation of the Africa we want by 2063. So that is where we are. And you know, we believe that for education to thrive in this society right now, there needs to be a kind of a tripartite action, tripartite strategic linkages between the government and its policies, the academic and the private or public sector. And the private university fall into the private sector. And it's very, very important.
The university, despite the pandemic, was able to carry out classroom teaching, examinations, and project writing, and is now set to graduate its students. The Vice Chancellor of the institution, Professor Chinedum Peace Babalola, said that this was made possible because Chrisland was one of the first universities in Nigeria to adopt the learning management system called classera, which made the online learning process seamless and top-notch.
Immediately the lockdown came, it was our session of new beginning. That was our session of new beginning. And we did say technology would speak, not knowing that there will be a lockdown. Few days in the lockdown, we held workshop for our lecturers in this hall. Just one workshop for teaching and another one for exam result computation. A few days after that, there was lockdown. So our students didn't even come back. And Chrisland University was one of the first, if not the first, to begin online learning immediately. There were students that resumed 25th of March. But by 6th of April, we started online learning, Google Classroom, and all kinds of learning systems available. And no one was left behind. So students, we went through our lectures, all the lectures for second semester took place by online. When there was a Chinedum laboratory, we knew there would be simulation labs online. We knew we could do labs online. And we did go online to conduct our laboratories. I really give kudos to the lecturers of Chrisland University. They are the heroes of this approach. Chrisland University was the only university identified by a consortium that consortium comprising of HP, Mirai, and classera to introduce classera learning management system. very robust learning management tool. We're the first university to use it. And it's very robust. We all had to go through that learning first, the lecturers, and then the students. So that was used to conduct our exam because we wanted to run exams that was hitch-free and that would stand global standard in terms of quality, where you cannot say, oh, you cheated. So it was a very robust technology. And it was also used to run our summer semester. We do run summer semester. So we have test running for teaching, for learning, and for examination, and we're discussing on how to sign the proper MOE. All this was run free of charge. We were able to run, let me call it 2 semesters. Semester and summer semester online 100% and effectively. And we're able to achieve better because you could track students, you could monitor students, you could conduct quality assurance of staff and students. It was quite easy. I mean, it was easier to do that than before. And the good thing, when the students were brought in, the final year students were brought in for their projects, we took them to workshops on the best practices for conducting projects and for writing their projects, dissertation. And our students had to present by PowerPoint and they were very excited. So someone said, oh, that was Harvard standard. Yes. And their projects went through plagiarism check. You'll find that in any university. All of them are feeling.
She added that they took a giant step of adding 12 new programs to Chrisland University, including the College of Basic Medical Science.
Despite the COVID, I mean, the semester was still first semester. But we rounded up first semester in March. And that same March, there was COVID. COVID had actually entered into the country by February, while we were writing exams. So the students went on vacation, and then the COVID lockdown came in. So we had achievements, some achievements before the COVID, and of course, some after the COVID. The first was verification exercise. We took a giant step to add 12 new programs to Chrisland University, including the College of Basic Medical Sciences. So that's a very big, giant step. 12 programs at the same time. And I want to tell you that between January and March, all the 12 programs were given approval, 100%. And that exercise took place in November, December of last year. So that was our #1 achievement, and it included professional programs. Before then, we had just about 2 or 3 professional programs. But now, we have nursing, we have doctor of physiotherapy, medical lab science, public health, computer and cyber security, software engineering. These are all professional programs. Added to these are anatomy, physiology, biotechnology, physics with electronics, and statistics, all within one exercise. I think that was a great achievement, and we were able to recruit students into those programs immediately, even during the COVID.
The press conference was also attended by the Director of the African Union Human Resources, Science and Technology, Dr. Mahama Drego, a Director of Pan-African University for Life and Health Sciences, and other delegates from Addis Ababa.